So, guys, welcome. We're going to be talking about Tasha Yar, one of the most popular Next Generation characters. Ironically, because Denise Crosby, who played Tasha, left the show because she felt she wasn't being given enough screen time. She wasn't being given the development time that she wanted. And so you have this irony where she was well received. She felt she wasn't being given enough development, character, backstory, just screen time and episodes. She left actually even before the first season finished, up, and then she was brought back. In yesterday's Enterprise, she was brought back as herself in an alternate timeline, and she was brought back as her half Romulan daughter, Sela, the nasty and mischievous and scheming Sela. So, but what I wanted to focus on was the idea of her death, the concept of it being meaningless, a sort of substanceless, lost, meaningless death. And I think while you could argue it's true in the episode Skin of Evil, murdered by the monster Armus, the goo monster, the skin of evil, what was thrown and left as this alien race sort of became the ultimate goody two shoes, and Armus was sort of their shit they left behind. So in that respect, sure, she wasn't defending anyone. Tasha wasn't fighting in a war. It wasn't a noble fight, like they say in battle, in combat, say like war for Klingon would honorable to die in battle. So in that respect, it was a meaningless death, true. But subsequently, and even in the episode, if you look at the end with the memorial service in the holodeck, this is a time for her family, her Enterprise D family, her fellow crew members to look at the person they lost, that loved one, such an important person in their lives being taken from them in an instant. And I think that's the great substance and meaning of her death, even though the actual direct and literal death was sort of meaningless. And subsequently, you have especially Data. He holds the hollow crystal, the little, portable hollow projector to remind himself of Tasha and how meaningful she was to his life and his development as a more emotionally mature being. His android pursuit to not even maybe quite become human, but understand what it is to be human, or to have those feelings and those desires and thoughts that a device, that AI say, shouldn't or usually doesn't have. Of course, yet anyway, we don't, the way AI is progressing, right? So I think that is the most meaningful thing to me when I watch that episode. It's how quickly and how brutally and without meaning a life can be taken away. Usually people die, say, old age, from a long sickness, illness, but then often they're taken from us in a split second through an accident, natural disaster, a automobile crash. So Tasha Yar is, I think, symbolic of, yes, a meaningless death. And that is why, in many ways, it becomes more meaningful, because we all should treasure life and our loved ones and realize they can be taken from us at any time. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Give us some of your thoughts on the episode, or Tasha. Hope you're enjoying. Hope you're subscribing. See you soon.